A Muslim family was run down in London, Ontario, right? Anybody read the news? So we are in what Martin Luther King would once refer to as the fierce urgency of now. My goodness, the fierce, I'm shivering even thinking of this. The fierce urgency of now. We are no longer at the era of doing this for us. We must change the word for the next generation. Many of you reference your children here today. You didn't come and say, I'm going to talk about my children. I didn't do that, but we do. Why? Because we have kids. We care. Even if we don't have kids, we care for the next generation. We love the word so much that we must speak up. We are no longer in the era of not being racist, but we must become anti-racist. Having a black friend as what's his name, Rob Ford, the fine mayor of Toronto, controversial one that passed away. Once I say people say I'm racist. I coach a soccer team and most are black. That does not mean you are not racist. It doesn't mean you are not racist because you have a black neighbor, you live in a black neighborhood, you employ a black person. In fact, the worst thing you can do is to employ a black person, employ an indigenous person, or a Muslim, or a pagan, or somebody that is different from you, someone who don't think like you, talk like you, look like you, love like you, pray like you. You hire that person and you feel good, and yet you have not done enough to create a culture, a work environment that will make them feel included. Worse, that is. It's better you don't hire them than hire them and lose them, because that is an indication. Statistics. I have it, you can Google it too. After George Floyd, many organizations started to hire black executives, right? Black director of EDI, and they posted it on LinkedIn. One day I saw one on LinkedIn, I was just like, okay, I gotta say something on this one because this is just wrong. And I wrote an article on LinkedIn and I said, the fact that you've hired your first black executive after being in business for 120 years is nothing to celebrate. It should be a moment of sober reflection, for it has indicated that for far too long, organizations have had a culture that is so toxic that immigrants and people of diverse backgrounds never wanted to be part of it. And now that this has become a publicity stunt for your organization, I'm deeply concerned that this is just a checkbox. I wrote that article 2021. 2023, 80% of them have quit. Did you know that? 80% in the US and Canada of chief HR officer, EDI officer, they've all quit. I have a WhatsApp group on my WhatsApp. 67 of them are there. Some high ranking, most high ranking. One told me, Alex, I've been VP of HR in my company, VP of EDI in my company for 2 years, no budget, no staff. See, you all know it. No budget, no staff. How do they want you to operate? One came crying to me. Literally crying. When I say crying, like literally in tears. I paused and I went on to cry. And I asked her, I said, you know, you have to make a decision. You have family. Tell me about your family life. If you don't mind, I said, I'm married, I have kids. And this, I said, this is not for everybody. This job is not for everybody. It is for those who are sold out to the cause. Sold out means whether you are paid enough or not, you are willing to do it. In fact, you can never be paid enough for this. They will pay you for sales manager or sales executive. Bring the sales, you get paid. They will even pay for operation. Reduce the cost of operation, you get a bonus. Not for EDI. EDI's budget has been cut since the death of George Floyd. I believe George Floyd is going to rise up soon and say, what's going on? Right? So this is the era we are. Now, if you have the passion that you have the determination that you all have, you have the willingness and the commitment to do it,